Welcome to the season finale of Stick to Sports. I'm Joey Pulatsky.
And I'm Zach Malamuth. Today we take a look at the NBA playoffs, we take some phone calls in studio, and we say our goodbyes on our final episode.
Roll it. The Miami Heat are one win away from the Eastern Conference Finals as the Heat take on the Knicks in Madison Square Garden tonight. Playoff Jimmy will look to keep rolling as Miami's star has scored 25 points or more in all 8 playoff games this season. Zach, do you think the Heat keep their magical postseason rolling, or will the Knicks at least force a Game 6?
Yeah, this series is definitely over. If you can't score, you won't win in the playoffs. The Knicks, they're barely scoring 100 right now, and they've lost 3 games because of it. Credit does have to go to the Heat defense. However, this series, like I said, is over. The biggest offseason key for the Knicks now is they got to get more scoring. Brunson, Randall, Barrett, I think it's just not enough for the Knicks after that.
Yeah, I mean, I knew coming into this year, coming into the postseason, this Knicks team isn't a title contender. I still don't think the Heat will put up much of a fight against whoever wins that Celtics-Sixers series, but this Knicks team was by far the worst team in the playoffs. Still, like you said, Jalen Brunson's a really good secondary scoring option. He's not a star player. Being out-rebounded, the lack of pure offense from this Knicks team. What really just confuses me the most is still the Knicks are favored tonight at the Garden, even after Julius Randle was saying last game that really the Heat probably just want it more. At the end of the day, it's not going to win you playoff games.
The Los Angeles Lakers have taken a commanding 3-1 series lead over the defending champion Golden State Warriors. Los Angeles won Game 4, 104-101 on their home floor on Monday behind 15 fourth-quarter points off the bench from Lonnie Walker IV. They can advance to the Western Conference Finals with a win tonight in Game 5 in San Francisco. Joey, do the Warriors have any chance to come back in this series?
The Warriors, without a doubt, have a chance to come back. In a 3-1 deficit, a team that has this much postseason experience, this many stars, when you look at Steph, Clay, Draymond, even Kevon Looney's been decently nice for them this postseason. This is a team with plenty of talent, kind of a fluky loss to Lonnie Walker in the fourth quarter the other night. This series could very well still be at 2-2, but right now this is a 3-1 lead for the Lakers, but the Warriors could without a doubt win this in 7.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think they have a chance, a glimmer of hope. They do have to find a way to win on the road, though. I think they'll win tonight's game, but they have to win on the road in Game 6 in Los Angeles. They also have to find some secondary scoring behind Steph. Clay's been struggling ever since Game 1. Andrew Wiggins can't do it all by himself. Jordan Poole's done next to nothing on the road. I mean, nobody besides Steph has put up 20 points on the road. It's very unlikely that they come back, but it's very hard to take down the champs.
The Philadelphia 76ers have won back-to-back games to take a 3-2 series lead over the Boston Celtics. Joel Embiid posted 33 points, 7 rebounds, and was plus 21 when on the floor last night. With Game 6 in Philly tomorrow night, Zach, do you see the Celtics winning back-to-back games, or is Philly heading to the Eastern Conference Finals?
It's very difficult. I was absolutely shocked to see this game yesterday. Boston shot horrendously from the field and from three-point range. 39% from the field, 31% from three-point range. And I don't think they're going to shoot that poorly again for the rest of this postseason. There's a chance that they come back and win Game 6, but I don't know. I'm sitting on the fence right now.
I think the Sixers take this series, and really, in my eyes, the biggest difference is the third scoring option. You look at the two-man game on the Celtics side with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. When you look at the Sixers side, you have Joel Embiid and James Harden, but the difference in this series is Tyrese Maxey, 30 points last night, a guy that has had massive scoring runs and scoring outbursts in separate games as well. I think the Sixers team takes it, and at the end of the day, this feels like such a perfect storyline. We're going to see the Nuggets. We're going to see the Sixers in the championship. Embiid versus Jokic coming soon.
The top-seeded Denver Nuggets took care of business on their home floor in Game 5 against the Phoenix Suns on Tuesday with a 118-102 victory. Nikola Jokic notched his 4th triple-double of the postseason, 3 more than any other player, finishing with 29 points, 13 rebounds, and 12 assists. Game 6 is on Thursday at 10 o'clock in Phoenix. Joey, forget the MVPs, the injuries this year. Is Jokic the best player in the NBA?
Yeah, for my money, Nikola Jokic is the best player in the NBA. Of course, a 2-time champ, get a bit of MVP fatigue MVP fatigue, and it goes to Embiid this year. But I still think Nikola Jokic, with how special he is in all three facets of the game, being able to score really both in and out, being able to make plays, handle the ball, being able to get it done on the glass. And he does it all really what looks so effortlessly, which is really what impresses me the most. But in a guy, when you look at well-rounded game, I'm taking Nikola Jokic versus anybody in the league.
Yeah, my only argument is Steph Curry, just because of the impact that he has for the Warriors, even with the amount of guys that they have on that team. But then I looked at Jokic. He's averaging 30, 13, and 9.5 assists in the postseason. He's almost averaging a triple-double in the playoffs so far. Embiid clearly deserved the MVP, but Jokic is clear as day the top player in the league right now. It's really not even close in my mind. When we come back, Joey will be joined by Ben Diamond. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Stick to Sports on WTOP 10.
I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
We're here for you, we're here for you. This is your channel 2. With sports and news and what to do, we're here for you. It's your TV, you're watching WTOP. Your TV, thanks for watching WTOP.
Welcome back to Stick to Sports. Welcome back to Stick to Sports. It's time for the fast break. Joining me now, they let him out of the back room again. Benny D, Ben Diamond, what do you got?
Thanks, Joey. With the sluggish start and injuries that have plagued the New York Yankees roster to start this season, they needed a series where they could feel like themselves again. And that series was against the Oakland Athletics, as the Yankees completed the series sweep with a statement 11-3 victory. Although it was against A's pitching, which is the worst in the league early in the season, the Yankees were able to break out of their slump and put up double-digit runs in 2 straight games. With these 3 victories and 2 important series on deck against the Rays and the Blue Jays, how do you think this Yankees team will fare against their AL East rivals?
Ben, I think right now the Yankees had the perfect comeback series, and it was really the most healthy mix of elements. You bring back Aaron Judge, you go against one of the worst teams in MLB history with these 2023 Oakland Athletics, and you get back at home. This team, right now with the Blue Jays and Rays coming up, yes, they're tough teams. The AL East is going to be tough, but it's a big turning point for the Yankees bringing Judge back, and you clearly see it on the field as well.
Yeah, I think one of the bigger returns, Harrison Bader, people really just thought of him as his glove and his defense and what he brought to the Yankees team. But his offense cannot be understated, batting .429 with a 13 OPS right now with 3 home runs and 11 RBIs in only 8 games. So right now, Harrison Bader really being the savior of this New York Yankees offense, sort of in an iffy area of the season. Moving over to Queens, the New York Mets have had a rough go of things early in their 2023 campaign, with injuries to key starters Justin Verlander and Max Scherzer, as well as low offensive production from their lineup. The Mets sit tied with the Phillies for 3rd in the NL East and are 8 games back of the surging Atlanta Braves. After getting swept by the Detroit Tigers and losing 2 of 3 against the Colorado Rockies, the Mets are as desperate as ever to find a spark somewhere on their roster. They tried with rookies Francisco Alvarez and Brett Baty, and although both have looked great so far, they haven't lit the spark the Mets have been looking for. What do the Mets need in order to get going, Joey?
Ben, in all honesty, this Mets team just needs consistent starting rotation guys. I mean, when you look at the lineup, they have guys that can get it done. When you look at Pete Alonso, Francisco Lindor and company, it's still not the most impressive lineup in baseball in my eyes, but at least starting rotation. I mean, when you toss on a Mets game, on a regular weekday, it could be anywhere from Scherzer or Verlander to, the fourth guy for their AAA team. The injuries and how injured this team is all the time is just defeating.
Yeah, you mentioned Lindor. He has 6 home runs and 27 RBIs on the season, but he's only batting .224. And also, it seems like whenever their pitching's doing really well, their hitting isn't, and then vice versa. So they can't really get it going. So that consistency you mentioned really has been a big factor. Miami Marlins utility infielder and reigning American League batting champion is once again putting on a hitting clinic that is catching the attention of the entire league. Luis Arraez is batting above the 400 mark and is currently carrying a 12-game hitting streak. Arraez has thrown himself into the middle of the MVP conversation and looks to be the first man since Ted Williams to bat 400 or higher in a season. Do you think he can do it, Joey?
I don't think he bats 400 on the season. We're still through the first month. You see the numbers here, a little over 400, 49 hits, a home run, 13 RBIs, only 8 strikeouts, which is, in my eyes, one of the more impressive numbers on the screen after that batting average. 408 through April and the first week of May is nice, but it's not sustainable. The only way he's in this MVP conversation is just because of the fact the number last year was so impressive as well. But you need to do average home run RBIs. Everybody knows that. With what Judge did last year was obviously spectacular. But Arraez, if he's the AL batting champ back-to-back years, he could have a case.
Yeah, I mean, he was an all-star last year with the Twins. He's a career .322 hitter. He's been in the league for about 6-7 years. So he's been consistent with his batting average, and I think it's nice to see. He's a rare type of hitter in the MLB. He doesn't need the power to be successful, and he's showing that right now, only with 1 home run to start this season.
We'll take a quick break here on Stick to Sports. Thanks again to Ben for the fast break. Zach, Ben, and I are getting ready to take some phone calls. Keep it locked in. It's the season finale of Stick to Sports on WTOP 10.
What's going on?
Yeah, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa. You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow.
Wow.
Get a close up of that one.
Matthew.
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
Welcome back to Stick to Sports. It's time to take some phone calls. Call the number 315-312-2918.
I wonder what we're going to get.
I wonder when the first phone call is coming in.
Yeah. I was just sending a message for the, get some people to call in. We're a little slightly ahead of schedule, but we'll see.
Slightly.
Yeah.
If nobody calls her in these next 30 seconds, we just got to start.
We just got to start riffing. But you know what? There's a lot of sports going on. a lot of sports going on, Joey. We can talk about it.
As I say, we got NBA, we got MLB.
Someone's got to have a question.
Somebody.
315-312-2918. In case you're
Let's
watching this live, don't bother calling at this point, but if you're watching pre-recorded.
Here we go. We got our first caller. Caller, what's your name?
My name is Bob.
Bob? Bob, what's your question?
My question is, assuming the Knicks get bounced from the playoffs, should we be discouraged by their exit or encouraged with their growth?
Okay.
That's a great question.
That's
a great question. Joe, you want to start?
I'll say encouraged by their growth. I mean, this is a team coming into this year. The Jalen Brunson addition was nice, but you were probably looking for them to make the playoffs. Probably weren't looking for this team to be a title team. I think you're encouraged. It's a big step in the right direction, the additions they got and making the playoffs, but still not a title contender. Just one or two big pieces away, but I would definitely say encouraged if you're a Knicks fan.
Probably the closest the Knicks have been to being a complete team that we've seen in many, many years. So with the foundation that they've created right now, even if they lose tonight, I feel like this experience from, especially the young players getting to play in the Eastern Conference semifinals in their first or second year in the league is huge for the Knicks going forward. And if they can continue to build on that, that would be fantastic.
Second round this year, Eastern Conference Finals next year. Thanks for your call, Bob. All right, we're going to take our next one now. Hopefully somebody calls.
Ben, was that someone related to you?
That was.
I saw Diamond on there.
His name's Bob, though.
Oh, I wonder who's calling.
Oh, we got another caller?
From the Diamond family again.
We have another caller. Caller, what's your name?
It's Randy.
It's Randy? Okay. What's your question?
I'm curious about your basketball thoughts. The Warriors are a 6 seed. The Lakers a 7 seed. The Heat an 8 seed. The Heat and the Lakers had to play in to make the playoffs. Now it's like the 2 or 3 will make the conference finals.
Okay.
So I'm just wondering, is the NBA regular season a sham?
Oh, that's a good question.
Oh, there you go.
Go ahead.
So I've thought the NBA regular season has been a scam for the last 5 or 6 years already. Obviously, load management is a huge story during the regular season. Doesn't happen a lot in the postseason. But yeah, the NBA regular season is basically a joke in my mind.
Yeah, I tried to talk to you about it during the regular season. Talked about the Knicks and how they're doing. You're like, I don't care. You're like, I don't care because it's the regular season. I care more about college basketball because that's more fun. And you're right. College basketball is way more entertaining than the NBA regular season. As although the NBA regular season leads up to the postseason, it's still not as interesting with the load management as you mentioned.
It's a scam. There's so many stars in the league. It's so deep. Zach, pick up the phone. Who do we got?
Our next caller, what's your name?
Hi, this is Brett calling. What's up, guys?
How you doing, Brett? How you going?
What's your question?
Good. Question for you guys is, which one of the New York teams is going to be the next one to win a championship?
That's a good question.
That's a great question. Joe, you want to start us off?
Oh, of the New York teams, next one. I mean, it seems like everyone's so far away, but the one that's closest in my eyes right now is the Yankees.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Everyone else is so far away.
It really, yeah, because I mean, although all the teams are building towards something great right now, and I feel like every team is sort of at the same spot, except for the Yankees, who seem to have built something that can win a World Series, but obviously right now hasn't looked that way. So, I mean, while the Yankees are towards the top, I think the teams are kind of, towards the middle right now.
You guys are forgetting a team. The New York Jets are going to win the Super Bowl this year. All right, thank you for your call, Brett.
The New York
Get
Jets.
our next one.
The New York Jets.
All right, we got a couple more minutes.
Anyone else
All right,
calling?
Here we
got
go.
one more?
Caller, what's your question?
Hey, this is Phil from Pulaski, and I just saw that Gary Sanchez signed with the Syracuse Mets. What do you guys thought about the Mets adding some catching?
Mets adding Gary Sanchez. What are our thoughts here?
My thoughts on Gary Sanchez. He's a bad catcher, and he can't hit. He hit 188 in this first month with the Giants in AAA. I don't see anything changing in Syracuse. I don't know how he keeps getting jobs in Major League Baseball and minor league baseball. I wouldn't want him anywhere near the Yankees ever again. I don't know why people are still so infatuated by him. His catching is not good. His hitting is not good. I don't see really what he brings to any table for any team.
He can hit. I'm going to disagree with you, Ben Diamond. The guy, if you look at his swing, the leg kick on time, he's a very good hitter. It's really just the pitch selection. If somewhat, if he gets with a good hitting coach or good manager, I mean, he has the pieces there, just has to put things together. But I'd be very excited to go see a Syracuse Mets game.
Yeah, we should go visit Syracuse one time. Thank you for your call. All right, I think we have time for maybe one more.
One more question.
Anyone else going to
from
ring us
people.
up?
But I really, from his days with the Yankees, I just can't get behind
right,
Gary
we got one.
Sanchez.
I don't mind.
This is Stick to Sports. What is your question?
Hey, long-time listener, first-time caller. My question is, who do you think is going to win the NBA Finals this year, and is LeBron going to get another one?
Ooh, there you go.
That's a
Is
really-
LeBron going to
that's
get
a-
another one, guys?
Ooh.
And who's going to win it?
LeBron doesn't get another one. Been saying before the year, been saying going to the postseason. The Nuggets get it done this year. How good they are with Jokic, Murray, the bench, the scoring, the rebounding. They do everything. The Nuggets win the NBA Finals this year. May 10th, we're saying it here.
Ben?
I like that. I like that a lot. I'm going to go on the other side because I really like this series right now, the Suns. I think the Suns, they have their chance right now. They have Devin Booker. They have Chris Paul. We'll see what happens with his injury. They still have Kevin Durant, who's still on, obviously they traded for near the trade deadline. This team is built to win. I think if they don't win it now, it's when.
Boston Celtics are winning the NBA Finals. They're coming back against Philly. Thank you for your call. We appreciate it.
Have a good one, guys. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you to all of our calls.
All right.
Yeah,
Thanks
that
for
was-
all of our callers for calling in. We're going to head into extra innings next. Stay tuned on WTOP 10.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No, but you've got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like,
No.
what do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa. You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow.
Wow.
Get a closer to that one.
Matthew,
Broadcast
look
news.
at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
Welcome back to Stick to Sports. Ben, it's time for extra innings.
Yeah, it's time for extra innings, the final extra innings of the season. But the results are already in for the season, but this one's just for fun. It has been fun for me, but this is your guys' last time to get some extra innings in here on Stick to Sports.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of
One last
fun.
ride for it.
One last ride. We're going to get the standings up in a second here. So, but I believe Zach is the winner here.
Oh, yeah. Crowning a champion.
There we go, Zach. See, look, 1 and 4. What am I doing?
Get it together.
What am I doing?
I mean, if you're fading Ben Diamond, you're 17-8 and you're in first place right now.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're hitting it like a 67%
Oh my God.
clip,
If I
that
just
ain't
did the
bad.
opposite of everything I did, I'm in
literally.
first place.
First
That's
place.
great. That's crazy. But
Let's get into it.
Zach won this year. Congratulations,
Thank
Zach.
you. Thank
It's been a ride doing the show with Zach and
You
Joey.
came in last semester, right?
Did.
Yeah, so
the epic turnaround.
The epic
Unbelievable.
turnaround.
Worst to first.
So I'm coming in first
I read
next
about that
season.
in sports history textbooks one
I'm
day.
coming in first next season. It's written in the stars. Our first one for tonight, Celtics -2 at the 76ers. Zach, who do you have winning this game?
I have the Celtics. I still think they're going to win the NBA Finals, like I said in the last segment. Celtics.
I think the Sixers take this one at home, get it done at home with Embiid, with Harden, with that home crowd behind you. The Celtics team played their worst game of the playoffs in that last night. I mean, even Joe Mazzulla admitted that. Tough to bounce back going on the road in an elimination game, looking to really ramp it up. Just don't think they get it done.
Yeah, I think it's a great series. Two fantastic teams in the Eastern Conference. It's really difficult, but right now, the way we look at it, Embiid and Harden are not going to be beat here at home, as Joey said. I'm going to go with the Sixers, who are not favored in the Game 6 matchup. Moving over to the Western Conference, Nuggets at the Suns. Suns favored at -3.5. Joey, who you got in this game?
Nuggets take this. I think they take this game. They take this series. I think they go win the finals. Just Devin Booker's not going to go for 35 a night. And we saw that last night as well. I think the Nuggets just get it done. They're really just steamrolling through everybody. They're just plain and simple better than everybody.
I'm going to go with the Suns. I think they're just a different team when they get on their home floor. The Nuggets, they're a great team, but I think this series is going 7.
I'm going to agree with Zach there. I'm going to go with the favorite. I'm going to go with the Suns. As I mentioned before during the calling section, I think the Suns this is their chance to win the NBA Finals with the team that they have crafted. So I'm going to go with the Suns winning Game 6 and then hopefully Game 7. Moving over to the MLB, Reds at Marlins. A very interesting matchup. Zach, who you can think is going to win this matchup?
I'm going to go with the Marlins. It's been a rough season for Sandy Alcantara, but the Marlins have the more dangerous lineup. I think they win this one.
Reds and Marlins, our baseball board must be getting pretty slim here tonight.
Look at the pitching matchup.
Lodolo. Yeah, give me the Marlins. Sandy Alcantara. Sandy Alcantara is going to figure it out sooner or later. He's had a tough first few outings. He's got the stuff. He's got the length. Luis Arraez, who we touched on earlier. The Marlins get this done tomorrow night or tonight, whenever this game is.
I'm going to go with the opposite. I'm going to go with the Reds. I mean, anything can happen in baseball. It's like any other sport. Anything can happen. Nick Lodolo, young stud left-handed pitcher, really has been fantastic to start this season, really showing his stuff and really is going to be an anchor for this Reds rotation for years to come. So I believe that Lodolo can really take this Reds team over the hump, and the Reds just defeated the Mets. So I think that the Reds would be able to defeat the Marlins, who are behind the Mets in the NL East. Moving over to the Braves at the Blue Jays. Elder versus Yusei Kikuchi. Joey, who's winning this matchup?
See, this is an interesting game because in my book, this is the World Series game. These aren't guys you're going to see in Game 1, Game 2, Game 3 of the World Series on the bump at least. But the lineups, if anything, I'm taking the over in this game. But give me the Blue Jays, Kikuchi, slight edge on the mound. And this Blue Jays lineup is just the best in the league in my book.
So I'm going to take the Braves here because Kikuchi is on the mound. Elder is 3-0. He's been absolutely tremendous so far this season. 3-0, like I think a 1.5 ERA. Give me the Braves.
I'm going to go with the Blue Jays and Kikuchi. Kikuchi has revitalized himself this season. He's become a different pitcher than he was last season. I think he gets this one done against the Braves. Moving over to our locks of the week. Zach, you want to get us started with yours?
I'm going Jason Tatum. Whatever his over is against the Sixers in Game 6, take it. It's elimination game. Take it.
Lock of the week, Nuggets, plus 330 to win the title.
Ooh.
Go get yourself some money.
There you go.
Every NHL game in the second round has been an absolute scoring barrage. Devils at Hurricanes over 5.5.
Maybe they're due for an under. Have you thought about that, Benny?
Yeah, and I'm going with the over because I'm prepared to get hurt again by the over.
So it is Joey and I's last episode. Joey, a goodbye speech maybe?
Oh, I've not. So some people to thank: Zach, Ben, for co-hosting these past 4 semesters. Everybody that's helped out in the back. My mom at home, love you, Ma. She's been great the past 21, almost 22 years I've been on Earth. All my friends from back home, everybody that I've met here with NYO, with TOP, just everybody that has ever put something into the show that's helped me, helped these guys, the Malamud family, the Diamond family for watching all the time. Been a great time on the show.
Yep.
Zach, who do you got?
I would like to thank my parents and my siblings for all their support always. The entire crew. If it's their first time on this crew, the entire season, 3 special names: Brian Burrows, Ryan Skinner, and Brian Ciccone, all their help. Matt Watling and Luke Owens for handing the show over to me. And we'd like to hand over the reins to our director, Brian Burrows, and our assistant producer, Ben Diamond.
Thank you, boys.
That's all the time we have for Stick to Sports. Thank you for watching. We'll see you guys soon.